Hi, it's Steve Leonard from Geeks on Tap. Today I'd like to talk about Google for Education, what they call Spark Learning. It really means how Google can help the experience in the classroom for both the educator and the student be richer and be more collaborative and just be empowering. To start with, the pandemic changed everything. There were some negative things, but the silver lining to that cloud is really forced educators and students and parents to think about learning differently. Learning as not just strapped into a seat in the classroom and writing down and the teacher talking at you. That's gone now. Now it's a whole lot more collaborative. What we're seeing now is students forming groups and talking to each other and collaborating and doing that not just in the classroom but online and being more mobile learning, and that's what Spark Learning is about. You move out of the classroom into environments and that sparks learning. How does Google empower that and enable that? Firstly, it allows you through the Google Classroom system to customize ahead of time what's going on but not be constrained by the limitations of the classroom itself. So that means the classroom can travel with you wherever you go, and that comes down to firstly your device. So it can be on your mobile phone, but Chromebooks are a really good tool for educating, and that could be learning natural history or learning mathematics or these sorts of things. Instead of just going for the blackboard or the projector, you can actually go and look at practical things where mathematics is applied. Those things stick with students much better than blackboards and projectors. The second enabler is being able to curate the content for students through Google Classroom. It's getting easier and easier to do that because you've got a rich medium. You can use video, you can use written word and pictures, but also now, instead of the teacher one-way learning, you can ask students to contribute things. And you can have dynamic documents now and dynamic presentations where people contribute and chat. Those sort of things can get the dialogue going, again, sparking learning. So those things all sit within the Google Classroom environment, and it's something that Google is doubling down on and improving over the coming year in 2022. You might say, well, that's fantastic, but doesn't that get out of control? And that's where the empowerment of teachers comes about with Google. They're bringing new tools in to actually give you more control about things like chat and things like video meetings, being able to end them without students continuing through the end of the class and getting off track with things. So all those moderation tools are now in place and they're improving all the time. Now, what about parents? Involving parents in the home has been more difficult since the pandemic because you used to bring them in for presentations, you used to bring parents in for various activities. So now they've introduced live streaming in Google Classroom and Google Meet, which means that if you do a performance, say it's you're teaching music or you're teaching art or anything like that, and you want to actually talk to parents, you can actually live stream and record that live stream and then give it to the parents, but it's secure within the school environment. So ask about what can be done within Google Classroom, because there's lots and lots within the Google Classroom itself and Google Workspace. But now there's also integrations with other systems you can bring in that do things like assignments and testing and practice, and those sort of things are coming and are here, some of them. And ask us about all the things you can do now with Google Classroom, because it's moving ahead really rapidly and it's our job to keep you informed through these videos. So keep an eye out for our workshops around these new advances in Google Workspace for education. Have a great day. We'll be in touch soon.